Two Bitches, One Braincell is brought to you by Weasel News and Media.
Two bitches, one brain cell. Come listen to the stories that they tell, yeah. Amara and Sterling are gonna tell you all about the things you wanna hear, yeah. Two bitches, one brain cell. Come listen to the stories that they tell.
Hello and welcome to Two Bitches, One Braincell. We've returned from an extensive bender, and I am Sterling Deadlock. Today I'm joined by two people I only pretend to tolerate, Amara Kamasutra and Jimothy Pimbles. And like Jesus Christ, on the third day we have risen, not only 3 days later, but a full month or so later. I wasn't really keeping track and I didn't care to. So how are you doing, my little vineyard and my little Jimble Thimble?
Hi, I'm well. Thank you for asking.
Hello-
How are you?
That was great. I loved that. That was one of your most beautiful introductions I think we've done so far.
Amara's still fucking my dad.
Oh,
I am magically fucking your dad at this point. Speaking of gross things, so Toxic Exes is the name of the game this week. And it's a game one never wants to play.
some people have the high score.
Some people have a really high score.
Some people are the toxic exes.
If you were the toxic ex, would you want them to tell you? Or do you think you'd know?
I'd know.
Do you think you'd know, Jim Lee?
I'd know 100%.
See,
I'd be doing it on purpose.
so here's my red flag is I just love being right.
Mm-hmm.
Typical man.
So if my partner comes up to me and is like, "Hey, you're being real toxic," I'll be like, "You're crazy right now."
Oh, so your immediate
No,
solution
you're
to
the
that is to
toxic
gaslight.
ex.
Your immediate solution is to gaslight.
Hypothetically, if I were to be toxic, I wouldn't be toxic.
You know what I love about being able to cry on command?
Probably nothing.
I can just start crying.
Using it for
I could start crying and manipulate people.
Yep, using it for manipulation.
Yeah, but so that wouldn't work on me.
Why would you do this to me?
Because if you're crying at me, I'll either disassociate or just tell you to stop, and then we can continue the conversation later.
No, see, it
You
works.
ain't talking
'cause
to me with that stupid blue hair.
That's why I bought Sterling dinner.
Hey, you're
Why you
not.
gotta attack my
It
head?
You
works.
ain't talking to me with that fucking Ken doll looking ass shit on your head.
Okay, one eye.
Oh, like that
Ew.
hurts. Like that hurts. I'll tell you what does hurt.
What, probably the septic pus leaking out of it every second?
The other eye, yeah.
Oh.
The wind on it, typically.
I was gonna say the pain of having a toxic ex, but I'm glad that we have an
Oh
understanding.
yeah, okay, let's
No,
reel it
I'm
back.
a-
Let's reel it back.
Turns out I'm stuck with two toxic exes that aren't even my exes.
I've only been in like 3 relationships.
And yet you're showing your true colors, huh?
You
I guess
act like
the
I'm
lime
toxic in my
green.
relationship. Have you met Shay?
Oof.
I have met Shay. Is this your official call out? Are you calling Shay a toxic
No, I would never.
partner?
I would never call my love out. I would never. She's out of my league,
Wink,
and I
wink.
would do nothing to jeopardize this.
I was. I need you to blink if you need help.
It'd be winking.
I know. That's what makes it fun.
No, listen, she's just a little mean, and I'm okay with it.
And we can talk
And the-
about that in therapy.
No,
Yeah, there's a difference between liking a little mean and being a toxic piece
well,
of shit.
it's a little more than being a little mean. One of her. So you guys know pet names?
Yes.
Not familiar.
I don't know if I like where this is going.
Don't think I played
One
that
of
game.
one of her favorites for me is Cripple.
Mm.
Whoa. Uh-huh.
Do you remember when I was in the wheelchair?
Yup.
Yeah, I got made fun of a lot by her. But she cares in her own little way.
When she kicks you out of the wheelchair.
No, typically when she's like not stopping me from drinking alcohol. I've earned this, T.
No comment.
I think it's best to state now that all of this is hypothetical and none of us need any help, nor do we need 5150'd.
No, I don't need any
Um,
help. I'm completely fine. I'm okay with it.
Our lawyer would like us to state
I'm
for
not,
the record.
I'm not agreeing with anything they're saying. They might need help. Me, I've agreed to this. This is a prearranged agreement.
This is me going on record. If you hear me crying out for help, just come on down.
If you hear me crying out for help, means I'm having a good night.
Just remember, everyone, there's a fine line between kinks and toxicity.
I can't find it.
Sterling
dear.
can't find it.
The meaner you are to me, the more likely I am to circle you.
Oh no. I feel like we're losing
Yeah.
the plot a little bit.
We'll touch back on that in one of our future episodes called parental issues.
I don't have mommy or daddy issues.
No, you have and, not or.
I don't.
Yeah, that's why you bring up me fucking your father all the time. Definitely not.
My father
No-
fucked
no
a lot
daddy
of people.
issues
That's
there.
why I have a biological sister I just met. Anyways, toxic exes.
Toxic exes. Yeah, let's get out of this toxicity and jump into the fun stuff. So, we've brought our own Jimothy Pimbles here. One
Hi.
of our
His name's
co-workers
Jimbles.
here at Weasel. We don't use his real name at all, but I'm sure he would like you to use his real name if you see him.
Yes.
I don't call
But
half
not
the
us,
people
'cause
I
we're
know by their
cool.
real names.
Every time you call me a wrong name, I see that as an act of violence.
Good.
I'm glad we're all in agreement on this. So, Jimbo, Pimble, Pimbleton, Pimbo. Toxic
Jimbo
exes.
Himbleton.
Yes, toxic exes, of which I have not had many. However,
But
I
there
do
have been
have.
some.
There have been some. There have been some occurrences.
What was the?
And, you know,
what's the sum?
that's the.
The sum is when you add everything together.
Yeah, no.
Oh
I'm
That's
asking
like
him.
the-
I'm asking him what the
Shut your
sum
mouth.
of his toxic exes are.
Like 1.5.
Did you date someone in
1.5.
a wheelchair?
No, my.
I don't think that's what that means.
No.
Okay.
But you know, hey, so young love. Am I right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you think you're getting it right, and sometimes you're really not.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my first experience with what I would call toxicity. Is, you know, I was fresh out of high school, starting university, and we shall not use this person's real name, but instead we shall
Alright.
refer to her as Smeagol.
Okay.
Did
So
she have a
Smeagol
sister
and I
named
start
Gollum?
dating. No, Smeagol was an only child.
Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah. Smeagol and I started dating pretty much right out of high school and into university. And
That's European
Boy,
for
did I-
college.
not from Europe, but okay, thanks. I guess colony counts.
It does count.
I mean, university and college are two different things.
No, they're the same here.
We don't give a fuck. We have community college and then there's college.
Anyway, this was a new territory for me because this was the first girlfriend that I'd ever had that asked me out first. And I was like, whoa, that's a thing that can happen? I had no idea.
Apparently, yeah.
So I was incredibly chuffed in this relationship for about the first 4 to 5 months. And then something happened around the 6th month. I noticed Smeagol talking to me a lot less. And Smeagol not hanging out with me as much. And not returning my calls. And I'm like, damn, just finished university, want to come hang out your place. I'm at the front gate, calling, no answer. So I'm like, shit, okay, guess I'll go home. And this happens for about 2 weeks. And I'm starting to get worried.
Okay.
Like, damn, Smeagol is not returning any of my messages or my calls. I think Smeagol may have died. Which is a very real possibility where I come from.
That's fair. That's fair.
She was killed by Gollum.
She was killed by Gollum. That's correct.
It was the ring.
That's precious.
And then, for all you naive, hopeless romantics out there, you will recognize the first sign of when you're about to be broken up with. The person reaches out to you first and says, "Hey, do you want to hang out?"
Typically,
And the
it's, "Hey, we need
second-
to talk."
The second I saw that, "Hey, do you want to hang out?" I was like, "Damn, she's breaking up with me."
That
Because,
instant.
yeah, it was just a feeling I got, because not only have they disregarded my existence for the past 2 weeks, but now they're just gonna be like, "Hey, you want to go out on a date?" without mentioning anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, "Yes, we are dating. I would love to hang out." She comes to pick me up, drives me to the mall.
Oh, passenger princess.
Yes, I was a little passenger princess.
We love that.
We sit down at a restaurant, order a pizza. Can I just, for people out there in the future, don't go to a pizza place if you're gonna break up with someone. Pizza, notoriously large meal to finish. If you're going to break up with someone, maybe go for a coffee or something where you can just finish and leave.
Mamma mia! I can't finish a pizza while I cry.
You literally, Mamma mia.
Mamma
And
mia!
then I'm seeing so many red flags in this already, but I want you to continue first.
I would
Again,
be happy if I was
young
invited
love.
to go eat.
Right.
Young love.
I'm
I was
naive.
18, turning 19. I didn't know any better. And this was only my second real girlfriend as well. So we sit down at the restaurant and we order pizza, and Smeagol right off the bat is like, "So listen, pizza hasn't even arrived yet, by the way. Not even at the table yet."
Whoa! You literally you put the menus down,
We
and then
the waiter took our order, and right after they took our order, Smeagol's like, "So listen, here's the thing," and I'm like, "All right, here it comes." Let her cook.
Let her
Mhm.
cook.
She goes, "So, I would like to break up." And I go, "Yeah, I figured."
Right.
And
I mean,
I would have
she
responded
goes,
with the band.
I go, how did you come across this idea? Like, what happened? And
how
she
did
goes,
you find out you wanted to break up with me, huh?
She
Why did
goes,
your brain let you do that?
"How did you arrive at that station on your thought train?" She goes, "Yeah, I just, wasn't feeling it anymore." And I said, "Why didn't you tell me that?" And she goes, "Well, I was trying to just be a shitty girlfriend to you, hoping that you'd break up with me."
Damn.
So she wanted me to be like, I don't know if she wanted me to be the bad guy, or maybe she wanted me to feel empowered or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was like, "Okay, if I'm a shitty girlfriend, he'll break up with me."
She
But that's
just
not
didn't want the
really-
responsibility of going, yeah, this isn't working.
Yeah, exactly. So instead, she put me basically in emotional distraught for 2 weeks, and then went, "I was kind of just hoping you'd break up with me if I disappeared off the face of the earth."
I thought you'd just leave instead of being worried that I might be dead in the ditch somewhere.
Yeah.
Just like Edgar Allan Poe.
Just like Edgar.
Allan. Pale blue eyes. Bad movie, by the way. Don't really recommend watching it. Anyway, then the pizza arrives,
Mamma mia.
because can't forget that this is still food that's happening.
Right.
We eat a little bit. We're just talking. I can't even remember what we're talking about, because in my head is the equivalent of a Modern Warfare 2 flashbang that just went off.
What does one talk about while eating pizza with their now newly fresh ex?
Do you eat
I
pizza with your
wish I
ex
could tell you.
often?
Hopefully not. And I get through maybe 2 or 3 slices. And then she goes, "Would you like to go home now?" Because let's not forget, she picked
She
me up
drove.
and drove me to the shopping mall. And I was like, yeah, okay. Cue a 15-minute drive back to my house. She drops me off and goes, "You can have my leftovers," and gives me her leftover pizza box. And I'm like, "Thank you. Appreciate that." I just take it and I walk back into my house. And I'm living with my sister at this time. And she's like, "Hey, how'd your date go?"
And that's when he just
I'm
burst
like-
into tears.
Yeah, just about. It's like, yeah, Smeagol broke up with me. Here's some pizza. I'm gonna go lie down.
Okay.
What
I
kind of
have
pizza was
I
it?
have
Wait,
questions.
What kind of
Okay.
pizza
Yeah,
was
hold
it?
on.
Floor's open.
Okay. Pizza first. What kind of pizza?
Barbecue chicken for me.
But what did she get? Because she let you have her leftover. So what did she get?
Hatred.
No, pizza, not your emotions.
Pizza. Yeah.
That I can't remember.
Hatred isn't a flavor, Jimothy.
That was a pivotal moment in your love life, and you don't remember what her pizza was?
You want me to really go back into my brain bungalow and try and find what kind of pizza it was?
I'm not allowed in my mind palace.
Yes, the Hat Man.
No, that's when I'm usually awake and off 400 milligrams of Benadryl.
Actually, you know what? It may
Or
have been a
NyQuil.
4 cheese.
That's respectable. I love
A 4 cheese pizza.
pizzas.
Don't say it. Hey, don't have Smeagol's back right now.
I don't have Schmiegel's back right
Depends
now.
on the
I don't
cheese.
like rings. But like no, I just okay. So I need to ask this because I feel like this is a very important question in this scenario. Did you pay for your own pizza and she paid for her own, or did one person
What do
pay
you
for
think
it
happened?
all? Or
What do you think happened
I
in this,
would l-
in this situation, Amara?
I see. This is listen. I don't want you to take this the wrong way. All right, but I feel like you would still end up paying for her pizza even though she broke up with you.
Bottom.
No, I was nope. I was absolutely just a kicked puppy in this entire situation, and she was like, "I'll pay."
Okay, I was gonna say if she didn't, I was about to rip her ass to shreds right now.
The way
At least she paid for the pizza.
the way I'm visualizing this situation is, I imagine she's just like normal sized, and Jimothy's very small on a very big chair, and he just looks really sad, and there's like tears in his eyes.
That is
And he's just
not what
slowly-
happened.
He's slowly
Jimothy
just
goes
munching
from
on the
big
pizza.
man to just like little toddler eating pizza at the big kids table.
He's gotta hold the pizza with both hands, and he's nibbling it because he's so sad, trying not to cry.
There's just crayons and a drawing on the table.
There's
next
a
to
half-eaten crayon.
them. I
What
thought they were
flavor, though?
breadsticks.
Future Marine.
Any
Oh
other
my
questions?
god.
What flavor was the crayon?
Blueberry.
Good choice.
So I guess it's not really a question. I don't think you. I mean, you could speculate, I suppose. But
Objection,
like
speculation.
overruled. So what I don't understand is why would she essentially? Like, she literally took you on a date to break up with you.
Yes, that is correct, Your Honor.
She picked you up, drove you there. You walked in together. You got food together. She broke the news.
Yep.
We have the pizza in question currently.
She
in
then
evidence.
she then paid for the pizza, and she offered to pay for. I'll take care of this.
Yep. Instead of
Re-
taking care of me.
Right. I mean,
She kind
fair
of took
enough.
like a sickly puppy to dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
and then she looks at you, and are you ready to go home?
Yep, pretty much.
All done? Did you have a good time? You wanna go
She
go
gives
home?
the toddler-sized Jimothy head pats.
Right, like
And he's just nodding, like wiping the
he's
tears out
trying
of
to
his
carry
eyes.
these two. He's trying to
Mm.
carry these 2 little pizza boxes on his way out, and he's like stumbling a little
They're
bit with
too
them.
big
and-
for him. He's like holding it over his head.
So unfortunately, as funny as that would be if it were true,
It's
this
true.
is still in my era where I'm emotionally despondent.
That's a big
So
word.
I'm just like
You're just staring blankly, fucking
just
staring at her, aren't you?
staring with just like the slightest smirk that you would give if you're like in customer service, like okay.
Oh yeah, like you're getting berated by Karen, and she's
Yeah,
telling
you
you
know.
that you're
Mhm.
worthless piece of shit, and you're never gonna do anything with your life, and you're just like, yeah, you're right,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Yeah.
I mean, if Shay told me that, I'd have the same response.
Jeez.
You'd be into that.
Perhaps.
That I know that's supposed to be super toxic, but it's also super fucking funny. I am sorry that you went through that because that is definitely shitty. But it's not as toxic as it could have been. If she made you pay for the fucking pizza
That is true.
and then left you there,
You know,
because
at the
honestly,
end of
that's
the
probably
day,
what I would have done if I was in that
Oh.
scenario. As her, I
Oh.
would have just been like, yeah, I'm gonna go run to the bathroom real quick.
oh my goodness.
And just not
just
come back.
leave me there. It's like,
She
how
said
am I
we were
supposed to
the
get home?
toxic exes.
Uber doesn't
Man,
exist yet here.
She was toxic, but she could have been way more toxic if she wanted to. She could have left you with the bill. She could have left you there, no ride home.
You know, in retrospect,
Why would he?
I
have a
am
bill?
grateful because it was a formative experience. It
It's
helped
a core
me.
memory.
It is a core memory. It helped me identify when things in a relationship are going poorly.
Mm-hmm.
It also helped me realize that, you know, maybe sometimes in a relationship, I can be overbearing because, like, maybe I was just doing too much.
Okay.
Or maybe I was just being gaslit. So
Could have been.
it was like me doing too much, Smeagol doing too little. And I
Mhm.
should have taken that as a sign, like, oh, okay, things aren't, you know, working out.
You should,
So
you should
uh-huh.
try living in blissful ignorance like me. You ignore those signs and just think everything's okay constantly.
I do that sometimes, but it gives me stomach ulcers.
Ignore the voices.
So I can't really afford to do that, I'm afraid.
Yeah, unfortunately, Weasel doesn't pay for our medical care. Hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
work at Burger Shot.
Listen, they have to have medical over there.
The amount of stabbings that take place in that facility, they better have
The
medical on
stabbings
hand.
alone. That's not accounting the hostage situations. That's not.
Allegedly.
Oh, I'm sorry. Allegedly.
Allegedly, Weasel News does not think that there's constant stabbings happening in the Burger Shot building.
No.
There
But
you go. There you go, Scarlett.
Amara's turn.
actually,
need a
I'm gonna
response.
pull. Yeah, I'm gonna pull a response here. They decided to stay anonymous for this one, or unless their name is an ellipses, I believe is the correct term for the 3 periods in a row.
Or is that like Prince? Where he
No.
was just a symbol for a time?
I was thinking something else entirely.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, anyway. So this person, we'll just call him Dot, I guess.
Hi, Dot.
I like Dot.
They are straight, so this is going to be a man and woman relationship that they're talking about here.
Or a woman.
Mhm.
I don't know. Okay, so the said submission is from a woman, from what I'm gathering.
So it was a woman and a man.
Yeah. So they were in this relationship with their ex for 1 month. And she also considers herself to not be toxic. So I'm glad we touched on that a little bit before. Glad both of you know that you are very toxic.
I'm not
Um,
toxic. I'm emotionally overbearing.
Oof. That's toxic in its own right.
Anyway, so the story they want to share about their ex, it says, during my relationship with this person, he would constantly flirt with his other friends. He would constantly gaslight me into saying it was fine and not to worry about anything. While the relationship was short-lived, he said he wanted to take a break, then proceeded to ghost me and marry one of his friends he was flirting with.
Ooh.
Definitely major cheater vibes when we were together. Mind you, the breakup to his marriage timeline was less than a month.
Hear me out. What if they're still on break? Like, what if they get back together? He
on a break.
He gets a divorce, and then you know, it was just a break, just a fling.
So my theory is that this is Ted Mosby.
From The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody?
No,
No,
you
that was
dumb bitch.
Mr. Mosby.
Don't go ooh.
don't make this weird.
I will make it weird.
Right, so this person was dating... Okay, so, hold on.
Well, we're not trying to figure out who the fuck it is.
No. I'm not trying to do a Sherlock
I'm
here.
thinking it's Mr. Mosby.
Okay, okay.
I'm trying to get in the headspace of the guy.
Okay.
So I'm Johnny Toxic.
You're Johnny Toxic. Okay.
I want to be Johnny Be Good.
And
Okay.
I'm Johnny Toxic.
Marty
Sterling's
can be
Johnny
Johnny
Be Good.
Appleseed.
That feels slightly targeted because Johnny Appleseed started in Ohio, and I really don't know if you knew that or not.
Swag like Ohio.
We have a whole trail, national, like statewide, that
Anyways,
goes through multiple
Jimothy,
states.
continue.
And, yeah. Anyway.
I don't care about any
What a
of your Ohio
What a
lore.
treasure.
We live in Los Santos.
No one cares about Ohio.
Nobody
lore,
gives
damn
a
it.
shit. We live in San Andreas.
Anyway, so I'm Johnny Toxic, and I'm obviously deeply in love with one of my friends, and maybe even with some others. And I find a girl that maybe. Oh, okay. So here's.
Ooh,
yeah, I
wait a
figured it out.
minute. I just pieced something together.
I got the unlock.
Can I?
So
can I?
let's.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Amar, remember last episode when we were giving love advice? And there was that guy
Yeah.
that was saying that he was in love with his girlfriend's best friend or something like that.
Oh.
What if this is the same guy?
Hold on. No, I don't
Oh.
have those. I don't have those responses anymore.
Because we told him if he's not happy in his current relationship, he shouldn't keep leading her on.
Yeah.
Oh.
What
Okay,
if
listen.
the
I
same
don't
guy?
think. No, because we gave him shit too. We gave him a lot of shit in that episode.
The heart wants what the heart wants, though.
Yeah, like we. Listen. Okay, so I don't, because it's the girlfriend then that would have been submitting this.
Okay, wait, hold on. 2-minute
Imagine.
break. For all the listeners, this is now your turn to do your prescribed reading for this week's class. Go back and listen to the previous episode if you have not, and then you will be caught up. Continue.
All right.
You may continue.
Oh, yeah. What were you saying, though? Because I just pieced that together.
I know. I was
Oh.
like, wait, what the fuck is he doing?
Our train of thought has ended.
Yeah, no. So like so from that episode, it was the
Imagine.
guy asking for advice.
Imagine.
But this could potentially be the girlfriend he was with.
That's right.
Imagine.
How
Did we
how-
end a relationship by accident?
I mean,
Honestly,
ended one
honey.
and started another.
Listen, honey, you're better off without him. I think we can call it there.
I think, yeah. But I do kind of want to know. So, if you do know about this scenario, or you are a member of this scenario, and you would like to confirm, I think it's only the gentleman in this scenario can really give us any concrete information.
Just give us
You
a
can
little
submit it
submission.
to us anonymous. Just submit it to us anonymously, the same way you submitted the stuff. Just go all the way down to the bottom of the form where it says anything else you'd like to share. State that for us right there. And if you don't want us to read it on the air, we
just want
might
answers.
not read it on the air. I just want to know.
answers. We're nosy.
I really want to know now.
I
And if
wanna
it
be in
is
the room
you,
where it happened.
I hope your
Oh my
new
God.
relationship is going better.
And as for the girlfriend of this situation,
And as for the ex,
we
I'm sorry. Yeah. It is shitty, but I mean, if you felt like he wasn't treating you fairly from the start, then
do you want a button,
this.
hun?
Oh yeah, listen, yeah. You might be Dot right now, but if you let us know who you are, if you want to contact us, we'll
If
give
you
you
want
a button.
we'll give you a button. I feel bad if this is that situation.
And if it's not this situation, I'm sorry for confusing you with this situation.
Either way, funny.
Yeah.
Hey, Dot, I'll give you a hug anyway.
I'm telling Jesse.
Everyone needs a hug.
She'll
That's the
start barking.
toxicity coming out.
You say she'll bug me, I'll bug her.
Yeah, I know. You'll both start barking at each other.
Oh,
Both of you are pretending to be tops.
I love that. And both are pretending. Neither is right.
Two chihuahuas
Two
separated by a pane glass window.
Two power bottoms fighting in the power dynamic.
I love that.
Oh,
Okay.
anyway.
So, next one does have a name.
I have a question
And
real quick.
it's sure.
Oh,
So on the topic of toxic exes, my first wife, good old Katya, when we were together for that week-long period, she kind of robbed my house and took one of my kidneys, and then mailed me fingers for like 2 years. Is that toxic?
no, I don't think so.
Okay, I just thought it was like her way of showing she cares.
I mean, at
It's a
least
little
she's
silly.
thinking about you.
Not anymore. The letters stopped. I was running out of
Does
police
that-
departments to give the fingers to.
Does that upset you?
No,
Okay.
Was it a nice kidney?
it was my good kidney.
Oh, that is toxic then. My bad.
Oh.
I mean, because the kidney, that's why Sterling shouldn't be drinking.
I have a
but hear
biological
me out,
sister
though.
now, though, so I can just ask her. She'll give me her kidney. She doesn't drink.
Hear me out though, right? It wasn't toxic at first because it was just like a silly, goofy thing to do. Haha, took your kidney, robbed your house.
Well, she didn't contact me for like a month after that.
Yeah,
Ooh,
So that's just
she
like a little bit of
ghosted
a
you.
swipe and run.
Yeah.
Ghosting is toxic.
I think
But
I
if she
might have
took
let a
your
criminal into my
favorites-
home.
If she took your favorite kidney, that means she
Wasn't
was
my favorite. It was just my
specifically.
good one.
Oh,
it's
so
still-
your favorite's the bad one?
It's not necessarily bad. It just doesn't like alcohol that much, and I keep trying to force it to.
Oh, that's toxic.
Yeah, no, I'm very toxic with my kidney and liver.
Your blood's probably toxic.
Yeah, I'm sure if a vampire tried to like drink me,
If a vampire tried to drink me,
she tried to drink me like a
Pop
Capri
the
name,
Sun.
old one.
name
But-
of my autobiography.
It's the third book I've written. If she tried to pop me like a Capri Sun, I think she would die from the alcohol volume.
Damn, you say Capri Sun?
Right.
I
That's
say
toxic.
Capri Sun.
That's toxic.
It's a Capri Sun.
Culture.
Pack Sun. Pack.
To the next submission.
Man.
Anyway, PacSun, guess what? K1 was our latest submission.
That's one of my
Would
best friend's
K1
dad.
like to remain anonymous?
K1 does not want to remain anonymous because he
K1,
left his name
otherwise
on
known as
it.
Kai Watts,
Very
otherwise
good.
known as your baby mama's baby.
Also known as Kuno.
K1's actually my sugar daddy now, officially, although he doesn't give me any sugar. So
Excuse
if
me?
you want to pay up on that, that'd
Does
be
he give you money?
no. He
Does-
gives me nothing, but I'm supposed to be his sugar baby. So we're gonna have to talk about that. K1.
I think that's toxic.
K1,
He is being pretty toxic. Is what I'm saying.
K1, people keep taking money from me because they take advantage of my kindness and goodwill. May I have money, please?
What are
Money,
you
please?
applying for a grant?
Money for me?
Money for me? I'll give you slushies.
I sold you a membership the other day. I'm just saying.
You didn't sell me a membership.
No, but I sold one to K1.
Oh. What did he say?
Anyway, so I asked, what is your sexual orientation? He said, I'm a big fan of doggy style, also just folding them up like a pretzel.
I was expecting him to say yes.
Yeah, I'm
Fine.
glad he's finding new ways to answer our question.
What a beautiful bastard.
He
I love
is. He
Cone.
really is. I asked how long he was in the relationship with the toxic ex. He said about a year.
About a week ago.
He does not consider himself to be toxic.
Even though we've confirmed that he is.
man.
And then, what would you like to share about your toxic ex? He said, nothing really. I just wanted to be on the show again. Hi, Mum.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is. He did put in the any other questions you'd like to ask. So he does have a question he'd like us to discuss, and I'm totally down to discuss this one because we're on the same mindset
That
here.
means we should be concerned.
He
Way
says,
concerned.
in my experience, toxic people are usually the best in bed.
Yeah,
what do
there
you
we go.
think?
100%. Have you met Shay?
Yes, but
She-
I've never fucked Shay.
Well, don't. But she's 4'8" and has the confidence of several giants. Sometimes I'll come home
I
and she'll
don't
be on
even
the
want to
ceiling.
begin to unpack this.
Sometimes I'll come home and she'll be on the ceiling and I'll look up and she'll just go. We like to call it going goblin.
Goblin what, you ask?
No, nothing. She just goes goblin mode.
Goblin mode.
So, I mean, if I were to answer this question, my toxic ex was asexual, so
So you didn't get to find out.
no.
Damn.
The real question is Jimbles, are you a virgin?
I'm not.
Oh. It'd be funnier if you were.
Sorry, we can take that one again. We can take that one again.
No,
ask
it's too late.
again.
It's too late. We don't lie on this show.
No, everything you hear is what we said from the start. We don't edit. We
Besides
just
what
roll
happened
with
in
it.
'87. Anyways.
Anyway,
Goodbye to
we don't
87.
talk. We don't talk about 87. So yeah, K1. I agree with you. Toxic people, best in bed for sure.
Because they're so aggressive.
Counter argument.
Counter argument.
Maybe they aren't the best in bed. Maybe the dopamine hit you get from getting a slight amount of affection from them after being
Don't
harassed and
psychoanalyze us!
is the only
Why?
reason why you think it's good, because that was the only times they actually cared.
God
Thoughts?
damn it.
No, I
Yeah,
just
what
have a
about
fear
that?
kink.
And we'll talk
The
about that.
aggression
in therapy.
scares me.
Okay. Anyway, we do have another anonymous submission. Sexual orientation is straight. From the sounds of it, this does sound like a man.
I haven't any of them said yes yet.
They were in the relationship for 11 months with their toxic ex,
That's a long one.
and
That's a commitment.
he says that he maybe considers himself toxic.
Ooh, not
Okay, that
typical
means
man.
he's not toxic.
He's willing to
So,
accept his faults.
he's willing to. He could see it might be there.
He could
so-
be non-toxic, but still have toxic traits.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact you
So-
acknowledge those is a good thing, sir.
This is
And/or
this
man.
is a bit of a paragraph here. He
I'll put it on my
says,
feet.
I was dating this girl and I really liked her at first. She was super cool and we had a lot of fun together. But after about the 3-month mark, she got really weird and clingy and jealous. She'd check my phone every time I came over to make sure I wasn't talking to other girls and needed constant updates about where I was and who I was with if I wasn't with her. after a month of dealing with this, I tried to break up with her. I didn't want to hurt her feelings, but I couldn't handle the bullshit anymore. But when I told her I was breaking up with her, she simply said no.
Oh.
I was baffled. I didn't really
Hit him
know
with
what
the
to
Uno reverse
do.
I mean, how do you respond to that?
So I just kind of stayed with her. Things cooled down for a bit, but then she'd
Coward.
start the same shit. This went on for a few months when I finally had enough. I went off on her about it. Sorry. And this time, I didn't give her the chance to say no. I left the shit she got me on her counter, left the house before she could say anything, and I ended up blocking her on everything.
Ooh, let's go, gamer.
Honestly, I don't regret it.
Yeah, she's a bit possessive.
I think that maybe she just really liked.
I think that after the first 3 months, her prescription probably...
Ran out.
Can't say that.
Sorry, edit that out. Edit that out.
No, that needs to stay. We don't edit, Jimothy.
I've had to cut out so
Um.
many of you going,
I
Oh.
know. I'm really good at that.
You need to find a different
Yeah, I mean-
word.
He doesn't... so, I don't think that's toxic of the guy. Or
No,
of the... Yeah.
I think that's fair after the bullshit you went through. Because, I mean, after 3 months is when she started.
Yeah.
So at the 3-month mark is when it started. At the 4-month mark is when he tried to break up with her.
3
And
months
she
is
just
usually
said
when
no.
the honeymoon phase ends.
Ends. Right.
And then you kind of like, that's like where you could really test your relationship.
So maybe that's what she was doing. Maybe she was testing the relationship to see if you'd stay, and you fucked up.
You see,
You just said no.
privacy is a
failed
big
successfully.
thing, though. Like,
Yeah.
I would never go through someone's personal things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
that-
why would you think I'm cheating? Everyone's out of my league. I can't
we'll
do
talk about
better
that in
than
therapy.
you.
Right,
So-
like the fact that you think I can is flattering, but
Exactly.
I've got a question for you two.
She
Yes.
found me in a box on the side of the road and went, "That's pathetic. I'll take it."
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
I just feel like that should be said. Do you two prefer the craziness at the beginning or at the end?
What
Or
do you
rather,
mean?
let me not say end. Let's say after the beginning. So if this person's girlfriend had been clingy from the start, because maybe they just came out of a relationship where someone cheated on them or something, and then
Right.
it's like, okay, I have barriers up, and then after the 3 months you're like, okay, I can trust this person a little bit more now. Would that make more sense than after 3 months turning into like super possessive clingy mode?
I would prefer to know what I'm getting into.
Yeah.
yeah. But also, I mean, it poses an interesting question of, would you be willing to put up with that shit long enough for it to be worth it? Like, is that something that you could deal with in a relationship? Because personally, the first sign of you doing that shit, I'm out. Like,
Yeah.
and in my
That's why I would
relationship,
like to have it in the beginning.
I'm very, very transparent. Like, if I'm talking to anybody, you could go through my phone. I would give you my phone if you asked. Like, I'm not gonna hide my shit from you. Like, I have locks on my phone so that other people can't get into my phone.
I keep
Not
trying,
because
though.
of my partner. You listen. If you
You
lock
see,
my phone out again, I swear to God.
I'm imagining
just wanna
him
play Candy Crush.
toddler-sized again, reaching for a table that's just slightly too tall, and he's like jumping, trying to get your phone. And you take notice as you
Candy Crush,
smack his hand and you slide your phone into your pocket, and then he just
I
sits
want to
down
play
and he
more
pouts.
Bamba.
It just makes me think of all those memes you sent me of. You got any games? I did that to Jimothy the other day, actually.
I mean, Jimothy, you're the very definition of, do you got games on your phone?
So what? I need to be stimulated.
I feel like Jessie has like in her backpack. She just has like multiple like ADHD toys for you.
All these fidget toys and shit ready to go.
When you get bored
Bitch,
of
I
one,
got that self. I am self-sustaining. I got a fidget toy in my pocket. I'm playing with the slinky right now.
he is. I'm looking at it. It's on the table. He's been moving it
Don't
around
even,
this entire
don't even
episode.
try to pretend. I can't. So here's the thing.
I like to
I don't want
imagine-
to. I don't want to go into a whole. We can talk about diagnoses in another episode. Turns out I might have ADHD. Okay.
Okay, so we have one more submission from well, I guess just one more submission's good enough. I don't know why I kept saying words. From Winnie Hart.
Oh, I love her.
She was in a or her sexual orientation is straight, so I'm assuming this is in a relationship with a man.
I think she told me this story when she
Good for
was
you,
in
girl.
prison.
Damn. Strong day for the straights today.
Right. How long were you in a relationship? She was in it for 2-ish months. ... 4 dots dramatic, okay.
As she should.
Oh, okay. Well, she doesn't really dive a whole lot into it. She does not consider herself to be toxic.
She is a gem.
But she did want to share about her toxic ex. How he told her she was weak and pathetic.
Is that not like a normal
And that's
No, that's a bad thing.
that's a bad thing.
It's
usually.
a very bad thing.
Not in Sterling's case.
It's banter.
That's fun banter for Sterling. And you know, no, I'm not gonna touch that again. So
As my boss would
She
say,
did ask-
that's a lot of trauma. We're not unpacking it today.
yeah. Any other questions you'd like to ask? She did ask this one very important question, that I don't think is really relevant to anybody but me in this conversation. But why are these Los Santos men shit?
As a representative of these Los Santos
I was
men,
gonna say, Ghibli as a representative.
I'd formally like to apologize on our behalf.
Don't apologize.
No, I'm gonna
You
apologize.
didn't do their actions. You're fine. We need to get every man in Los Santos to come in here and state their case. See,
I'm
you
sorry.
you thought I was about to be toxic? No. I want public apologies. I want a 24-hour episode. Get 10
I
seconds
think-
each.
Oh, jeez. So first of all, to go back to the toxic activity of your ex, Winnie, that is incredibly disheartening for me to hear, because I always think that a partner's position in a relationship should always be the person you feel safest around.
I agree.
I agree.
And Sterling, in that case, I mean, in your case, that could still mean you feel safety, even though you are being berated.
No, I feel 100% safe with Shay.
Yeah.
She'll bully
It's
me.
just
she'll
in a
berate
different
me.
area than
Yeah.
what we would feel comfortable in.
See, like,
Yeah.
all of that, like, I joke, I jest. She genuinely is a very good partner.
Yeah.
She makes sure I'm okay.
But if you've got someone who is berating you in a way that makes you feel unsafe, that has so much more implication.
Mm-hmm.
If they're saying, like, you're worthless and you're weak, that's not just them making an assumption or a statement about you. That's them saying, you're welcome, by the way. You're welcome that I bothered to spend time with you because you're so weak and worthless.
They do that to put you down to the point where you don't feel like you can go anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's a possession thing.
And that is the weakest shit I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
For everyone listening, if you are seeing signs of people berating you in a way that is like no tact, no playfulness, you know, because playfulness is an important part of a relationship, I believe. You should be able to like call each other out on each other's bullshit and those sorts of stuff.
Oh yeah.
But if someone's being like emotionally and physically aggressive to you in any way, you should recognize that and leave as soon as you can.
if
'Cause
you
that
Or
shit's
if you're
bad.
ignoring any already established boundaries. Like if these are
Yeah.
boundaries that they know are there and they have never broken them before, and then all of a sudden you're catching them do it more and more. They're testing your limits to see if it's gonna work. And then once
Yeah.
they figure out it works, that's when it gets really tough in leaving.
They break you down to a point to where you don't feel like you can leave because you start to believe what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And I know this firsthand because my dad, good old Alistair Deadlock, he did the same thing to my mom for 7.5 years when I was growing up. But she was able to recognize that and got the divorce, thankfully.
Mm.
Something I do remember from my childhood eons ago because I'm ancient and old and decrepit and dying.
Cringe.
I will fucking consume your bloodline.
That's
I don't like that statement. That has
phrasing?
implications, and he's your brother. So, yeah. So honestly,
Vampirism.
guys, and you know, we all try to be all good laughs and chuckles and jests and all that good stuff here. But in all seriousness, if you feel like you're not safe in your relationship, by all means, I mean, how he's not going to check your phone. She's not going to check your phone if you send in a submission to us. Like, if you feel like you're in a situation where you can't get help, you know, we're not the police, which is where you should go if you can. But if you just need someone to talk to,
everyone
please.
deserves a confidant.
Everyone deserves that, and everyone deserves to feel safe. So we'll get you to the right people to help you for sure. That being said, that is the last submission that we have here. I know I have a bit of a story, and then we'll get into the piece de resistance tonight.
I had a joke earlier that I forgot to say,
Okay.
so I'm going to use it to lighten the mood.
Okay.
Just a moment. Intermission.
Set the scene.
Yeah, I'm setting the scene.
Fade to white.
So, Jimothy, you said the relationship that you mentioned in the first story was your first experience with toxicity, correct?
Yes, that is correct, Your Honor.
Mine was System of a Down, the album Toxicity.
Oh, it's suck my balls.
That was, you know what, Sterling? That was good. That one was actually good. I was
Can we move
expecting
on,
some
please?
bullshit, but
Little-
Timothy's just hurting now.
I'm just a silly little.
All
My
the
blood
emotions are
pressure.
getting to it.
You got my blood pressure up for nothing.
you know what they say, chop swag.
Oh my god. Anyway, so I had an ex once,
Oh my god, really?
and I know.
Shut up,
Imagine
let her cook.
me.
I thought you were a good
Me.
Catholic girl.
This ex, we'll call this ex. I was gonna say Jim, but Jimothy's in here, so I don't like that. We'll
Tim.
call him
I don't
Hank.
respond to Jim.
Shut up, Jimbles.
We'll call him Hank. And this ex is technically not even an ex, in the sense that there was no legitimate dating. It was a lot of casual hanging out that I thought was friendship and then turned extremely toxic. We would spend all day together not doing anything, and if I went and made plans with somebody else for 2 hours to go to a movie, my phone would get blown up. He'd be wondering where I was, what I was doing, who I was hanging out with. Needed constant updates, needed pictures sent to prove that I was doing what I was doing.
Oof, huge red flag.
Huge red flag. Like, it was,
What is it, your
and it was
PA?
something that it was something that slowly built over time. So like, it wasn't that serious at first, but then as the relationship, the friendship, I don't even want to say the word relationship. The more that we hung out, the more it started to happen. And I at the time had felt guilty because he was going through a rough time in his personal life and he had lost some friends, and I felt bad and I didn't want to leave him. I was his only friend at that point. But, you know, it's the constant ignoring of the boundaries. Once that's gone, there's no hope. And I was at the point where I didn't feel like there was any way to get away. But I don't even remember what happened and when he stopped. It just all of a sudden, because there had been interventions. We had friends come in that was even told him, like, look, like, she's not interested in you like that. Like, and you're smothering her. It's gonna make her not want you even more. Like, let her breathe. Maybe she'll miss you and she'll want to come back. Wasn't gonna happen. Right. But couldn't do that. Couldn't listen to him. 5 different friends intervened and he was like, nah, I know what I'm doing. Clearly, because I haven't heard from him in months, and I've been blocked on everything. So I didn't even block. He was the one that ended up blocking. So
Good for him.
right. I was too much, I guess. me wanting boundaries and not to be treated like that. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Good for him. He moved on. So, but I know I'm not the only one here that had an ex that's not really an ex. So,
Hey now, okay.
You're a rock star. Get your game on.
now you
Alright.
don't have to mention specific names if you don't want to mention
Valerie
specific
Hudson.
names. Okay, he said that.
I'm coming for your ass. The restraining order is not in effect yet.
Heal.
Okay, so
first-
Brain got a restraining order. All right.
Heal.
Now, if I am correct, this also ties into how you got hired at Weasel. Correct?
You know what? Yes, but I don't like to give her that credit.
I would say
That's fair.
this is how I met Jimothy, but I actually met him at the Most Eligible Single event a few weeks prior, and the only interaction I had with him was he offered a dog a joint, and he went, "Don't worry, it's medicinal. It's for my back pain."
The dog looked like it had back pain. I was trying to
And
help.
You gave the dog a panic attack. You
Which
don't
the weed would have helped.
You don't offer a drug dog drugs.
But it's literally in their name. It's their job.
Their job is to search for drugs, not to do them.
Well, that's a very misleading name, if you ask me.
Yeah, jury's out on that one. Anyway, Valerie, first of all, Alex Brightstone, if you're listening to this, stop telling people Valerie and I were dating. Stop telling people that. We were never dating at one point. I was kidnapped by Valerie. I was shot at by her, and I was driven over by her vehicle. Shitty ass little weevil.
But my ex
But Alex Brightstone is telling people that I was dating Valerie, and then that she kidnapped me, which that part is true, and that she took me into a cabin in the woods and chopped off all my fingers.
Oh,
well,
is that why you're struggling with the slinky?
Slinky's fine. I'm good at it. I'm good at Slinky.
It's hard to be bad at
Really
it.
good.
But you kind
Exactly.
of are.
Shut up.
You've gotten it a little tangled.
I'm gonna throw you off a bridge.
Well, I guess we're going to the
Allegedly.
Elysian Fields Freeway.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So I mean, yeah, I don't even know where to start. Valerie Hudson is crazy. I
Okay.
met her through a Yellow Pages ad that said "Lonely boys call here."
Oh,
And I was-
misconnection.
Damn it. I was hunting with a friend, and the friend called and arrived, and she came hunting with the two of us, and it turned into a nightmare. She immediately took control of my vehicle and drove it on the wrong side of the highway. Almost drove us off a cliff,
Perhaps she's your
and then has continued to terrorize me for a month after that. So that's pretty toxic, I'd say.
Now, is it
Um,
toxic or toxic?
Shut up.
Sterling's been learning a lot of new words. All right,
What do you mean? I
Her-
say sick all the time.
her vocabulary is expanding,
It's so
and
camp
I
of me.
think it's very camp of
What
you.
does that even mean?
Wig and boots.
What?
I'm feeling
Is this
cunty.
some Ohio shit?
No, this is not some Ohio shit.
I'm feeling cunty.
Uh,
Yas.
okay.
Love
Work.
the Wizard of
Anyway,
Oz.
so So wait, so you said the restraining order is not in effect yet. So there is a restraining order coming.
There was some slight mismanagement. My files for my restraining order were lost. So I was supposed to have a restraining order like a month and a half ago, but there is currently one being signed. A couple of good people gave some witness statements for me. Thank you. I appreciate all of you. And it should be getting signed by a judge soon, and then she will no longer be able to contact me or be within, well, I think something like 50 feet of me.
That's good. Good for you.
Okay, okay.
So they lost your paperwork?
Yeah.
Like they pulled a Toy Story 1 and just entirely lost the script?
Okay. Yeah, so I don't want to put them on blast. I won't name names.
You already named
But-
names. Like 2.
That's true. You've named 2 specific names.
No, but
actually.
of my legal team, of my legal team.
of your legal team.
Yeah, because
John
you know they can
Lawman.
nothing. Jeffrey Lawson.
Jude Law.
Jude Law was also on there. Jude
God
Law is
damn.
actually the paralegal.
I'm sorry. He's finally living up to his last name.
Yeah, so my files sort of got mismanaged, and the lawyers happened to take leave as well.
Oh god, it wasn't Elle Woods, was it?
I don't know who that is.
Good friends with Jude Law.
I'll just see myself out. That's Legally Blonde, but okay.
Oh, sorry, I haven't watched that movie.
Okay.
You guys ever watched
Anyway.
the first Sherlock Holmes movie with Robert Downey Jr. and wonder why the fuck it's so quiet?
I love that movie.
Discombobulate.
Discombobulate.
Probably because he discombobulated the shit out of you like 20 times and then you couldn't hear anymore.
I genuinely love that movie.
It's amazing.
I want to watch it now. Anyways, continue.
But yeah, files got
Where?
lost. Things
Yeah.
didn't get submitted. They never got in front of a judge, and statute of limitations ran out. So I was told.
Oh.
So there couldn't be actually any, like, well, how would it be? I couldn't press charges in terms of the crimes committed on me by her.
Mm-hmm.
Which, to be honest with you, I hadn't even considered.
Oh.
I was so hell bent on getting away from her that I hopped into the back of a police vehicle at one point, running away from her, and I screamed, "Please arrest me, I'm a terrorist." Because I just wanted to be away from her. Thankfully, they didn't arrest me. They just said, "Get out." Said, "Get out,
Okay.
you can't do that." And then only like months after the fact, my lawyer asked me, "Did you want to press charges for the things that she did to you?" And I went, "Damn."
Well, I
Didn't
forgot
he-
we could do that.
Didn't even cross my mind that I could get her into jail. Although she probably deserves it after falsely accusing Hal Darnell of mind controlling her and drugging her for weeks and turning her into an assassin.
Is she a KGB agent?
I
Somebody's had to tell her the Soviet Union ended in like the 80s.
don't know what she is, but she's an agent of chaos.
Like me.
But not the good kind.
No,
Not
Sterling's
like
the
me.
good kind.
Well,
the
I
kind
wouldn't
that
say
makes me want to drown her in a river, allegedly.
That's a cute date idea. I'm gonna run that by Shay.
Only for you.
I mean, you do like being waterboarded.
We don't talk about 87. Anyways.
Damn. You're right. I'm sorry. But yeah, so toxic exes. Yeah. I don't think that's going to be the end of it. I'm sure we'll eventually get a part 2 to this episode. Because I'm definitely going to want to stay up on this whole Valerie situation.
Am I the asshole?
Me.
I don't
Hey
think so.
guys. Hey guys, 25M. Am I the asshole? I was kidnapped and put in the back of a pink weevil and shot at when I
There's
tried
no
to call for help.
Minecraft. You're just playing with a slinky.
Damn it. I love those videos so much.
Well, anyways, thank you all for being our. I don't think we can call our fans bitches.
I don't think. I
Thank
mean,
you
if
all.
you want to be called bitches, let us know.
Does bitchlets count? Can you say bitchlets?
Bitchlets.
Bitchlet. Why don't we just call them more Braincell?
I got this. Don't worry. Thank you all, my little brain cells, for watching this episode with your ears. So not watching, but listening. Wow,
Not like that.
very
Okay.
good.
Run it back.
I
Run it
am.
back.
We're going with it.
Okay.
I've been.
Hi, Mom.
I've been Sterling Deadlock. You were made in the lab. You don't have a mother. Anyways,
Oh.
I've been joined by Amara Kamasutra and Jimothy Pimbles.
Jimothy Pimbles, love a fight a fool.
Whatever he said, it sounded French vaguely.
A little bit, yeah.
We'll see
No
you
one makes it
guys
to this part
next
of the podcast
time,
anyway.
gamers. Au revoir. That's Spanish for goodbye.
Shut up.
It's not.
Well,